Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've got some exciting news to share from the No More Room in Hell 2 developers. Stay tuned to this channel for all the latest developments, sneak peeks, and details. Thanks for your continued support. So this is their first major update, what they're flagging as a major update. They claim it includes hundreds of bug fixes. They're calling this patch the Reinforcement Update 0.2.0. And along with those bug fixes should come a lot of improvements to the core gameplay and new features to play with. We've heard about this update coming for a while. It is expected at the end of November. I suppose if there is any negative news, between now and the update, they are not expecting to release any more small hot fixes weekly like they have been doing. This is so they could focus on the major update and land the scheduled launch date. So something I'm glad to hear about is they are planning a difficulty overhaul. They don't really go into a lot of detail here, but they do mention that they're going to make ammo more scarce, that they have spent time retuning difficulty for player levels, and made balance passes on zombie lethality, and more. I personally think this is great. I think that once you get a little familiar with the mechanics, the challenge does usually go away. I know that sometimes things still go wrong, even when you've got a little experience under the belt, but I think increased difficulty would be a great thing for replayability. Also coming with this patch is improved hit reactions on zombies, so zombies will react more realistically, especially when they are receiving end of your melee weapons and explosives. Here's a quick glance at some of those improvements in action. I think the main thing that I saw there was just the responsiveness after the action. It seems like it might be similar animations, but it's happening when the explosion happens. Instead of explode, bodies fall to the ground, then sometimes fly out. So I think that's a major improvement there. So one of the big things I'm glad to see is an alternate power plant ending sequence. This is something that they've brought up in the past, recently on their live stream. It appears what they're doing is they'll have a random chance to encounter a new ending sequence of the power plant before you jump onto the helicopter. And I definitely think this will add more variety and replayability into the single map that we have right now. So in this variant, you'll be completing a series of tasks at different locations within the central power plant area still, but we won't be going towards the control room to do the code book, panel, balancer mission over and over and over. So the control room is still going to be there, and they're suggesting it might still be the best way to end the map. It seems like we'll have a random chance to kind of do it some other way. So looking ahead to early 2025, it looks like they're looking at additional varieties of objective sequences also. This should further extend the replayability of the power plant map as they continue to work on the second map. Then they go on to give us a small list of bug fixes. It looks like there'll be some common improvements. They fixed the no-leg invulnerable super zombies. That will be very helpful. Various fixes to propane tank issues. The only propane tank issue I've noticed is where sometimes you drop it and it fades in and out of reality. So it sounds like they fixed some of that, but maybe not all of that. Fixed cases of zombie sliding. My guess on that is the runners, they kind of tend to go through you as they're attacking you, often making them difficult to attack your back and defend yourself. Fixes the bullet fall off damage. I don't personally spend a lot of time sniping a zombie. If they're not immediately in my path, I don't care that they're alive or not. So I'm not sure how helpful that is, but I assume it's for the better, so good for them. Objective markers and interaction fixes. I know that sometimes the objective markers disappear when they shouldn't, so maybe that's what we're talking about here. Fix zombies spawning too close to players. I think that's great. I really hate when I clear the room, I walk out a door, and I'm immediately attacked from my back, from the door. No warning, no sounds. What I would personally like to see is maybe more zombies spawning, but put them outside the objective and let them come in, even if there's more of them. Fix various revive bugs. Sounds great. I'm not sure I've noticed a revive bug, but you definitely want to help your friends get up. They fixed a bug where non-major limbs could not be removed. Now hands, feet, and lower arms are all removable. I didn't even know you were supposed to be able to. I just kind of always entered center mass and sometimes chopped off an arm. But apparently we have options. Fix various floating flashlight bugs. So these were a couple visual bugs that every now and then your flashlight's way too close to your screen. I'll be glad to see that one go away. And many, many more. So variety being the spice of life, they've added some additional weapons. It looks like they've added a M1911A1 handgun and an M7A1 assault rifle. They also talk about more tools to loot, more one-handed firearms, and their first fully automatic firearm. They mention once more there's much, much more to come. And they mention they'll be back next week to talk more about the reinforcement update and beyond. Now, they start to mention the infection and self-sacrifice options. They mostly want to ensure players that infection is a high priority for them and that they plan to deliver it as soon as possible after November's reinforcement patch. And they mentioned that hopefully it's very soon after. So don't feel down if the infection system doesn't make it into this patch. It will not make it into this patch, but they are looking to get it soon. They go on to mention that next week they will provide clear timelines for what players can expect, and to provide further info on new content and features coming to the November update. So one thing I was thinking about was this automatic firearm that they mentioned. That combined with the difficulty increase, where they're making ammo more scarce, does not sound like a good combination. Especially assuming it's using light ammo. Half of the, I don't know what to call them, secondary objective weapon rooms don't even have light ammo in them. Hopefully they balance that too. All in all, I think this is great news. I'm excited about the difficulty overhaul. A lot of great bugs getting fixed. I know that this no-leg invulnerable zombie crawler, this has been a nightmare for many players. Throwing in some new weapons and an alternate ending to the power plant. I think overall this is a big improvement and should help the game's replayability. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. That's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.